January 11th, 2011. I took the day off work, woke up early, and as soon as the servers went live, began registering characters in DC Universe Online. 2 years later, I find myself re-obsessed after taking the holiday break to finally polish off the Platinum Trophy I started so long ago in the game that's now free to play. I wish I could tell you that I stayed active throughout the entire 730 days that have passed, but after more than 120 hours and a rather public falling out, I walked away from Metropolis. But it wasn't until last month that I lost myself to the game again and logged a disturbing amount of hours. What makes DCUO so engaging 2 years later? Well, a bunch of things. If you skip DC Universe Online or just never finish the main campaign, you need to know that the game really begins in earnest when you hit the level cap. See, SOE set the cap at level 30, which is actually really obtainable. At launch, it took me around 30 hours to solo the experience, but that can go a lot quicker if you team up with folks. When you hit level 30, the MMO part of the game really kicks in via Marks of Triumph. This in-game currency is the lifeblood of the endgame content. It's needed to purchase the different tiers of content, and the different armor is needed to drastically affect your stats and give you access to tougher raids and duos, which give you more Marks of Triumph and continue the cycle. This is my obsession. DC Universe Online is my first MMO, and I'm totally lost in the quest for the best gear. I sign on as much as I can and begin trying to join a raid group so I can cash in my replay badges, jump into the fight, and get a boatload of marks. Now, while I was away, SOE added exobits and exobytes. These are little crafting elements littering the world. When they launched, I hopped on and collected a couple, but didn't get what the hell they were all about. Turns out they are the nerdiest thing in the world, and I am hooked on them. Collect enough exobits and you can make an exobyte. Create enough exobytes and you can combine them with items to make buffs and, more importantly, armor mods. So even if you have the top tier 4 gear, you can be out there chasing exobits to make your gear that much better. I will not understate how crazy this is. I have plans for a mod that will up my might by 16 and my precision by 18, but it needs 9 aggressive exobytes. An aggressive exobyte is 8 exobits, so I need to collect 72 of these little buggers to create one mod for one of my 8 pieces of armor. A normal person would roll his or her eyes at that math and move on to another game. But there's something so rewarding about getting them, equipping them, and watching Taylor Swift's combat rating rise. Thing is, I don't need to hunt exobits. While I was gone, SOE added this auction house where people can sell weapons, collections, and crafting materials. However, the economy is crazy. A stack of red exobits will sell for 7 million in in-game cash. That might sound like an insurmountable number, but keep in mind that you can waste nights just like I do farming exobits and be on your way to being a multi-millionaire. It's this insane loop. I've spent so much time in-game molding my Taylor Swift that I want her to have the best stuff. I want to be part of this community because it's filled with rad people. I want to sit here, God help me, ignore trophies and just keep evolving this superhero. Now, what drove me away from DCUO back in the day were technical problems. My league and I would organize raids, but someone's mic wouldn't work and then someone else would freeze and then another person couldn't see the enemies. It was a mess. DC Universe Online has come a long way on that front. There are plenty of issues like mics not working or there being no vocal track for the Black Adam duo, but the freezes and raid hiccups have been drastically cut down. It's an MMO, so a lot of things can go wrong, but the systems for chatting, loot, and joining friends have been streamlined. There's a learning curve to accessing menus via the D-pad and queuing for content, but I'm a moron, and if I can learn MMOs, anyone can. So there you have it. I'm totally back in love with DC Universe Online. And I haven't even talked about Chasing Feats, the upcoming DLC that gives us layers, or the PvP that I have never touched in over 200 hours of gameplay. The simple truth is this. DC Universe Online is a 2-year-old game, and it's all I want to play. I said it before and I'll say it again. DCUO is free to play, so download the massive file and give it a shot. But for everything DC Comics, from games to movies to, well, comics, keep it here on IGN.